Time to fly, time to fly. Never give up, we won't retreat. The ones who stand up.
Hello friends, and welcome again to another Street Fighter Duel video. In this video I'll be talking about the Guild Crusade Seer, and this is a boss that I love to face and I love to always try teams and different builds against, and it's one of the bosses that have a straight up cool mechanic, which is for her first super she deals AoE damage, her second super she tags somebody on your team with an eye above them, so when she deals her third super she will charm them back to your lineup. This is why I avoid many times working with Bison on my main lineup, because when she tags Bison and he goes on her side of the team, you fight him, you go against him and he tanks for her, so you hit him, you don't deal damage to the boss, and he doesn't die because of his immunity, and he deals massive damage when he explodes against you. So I advise don't use Bison. You can use him if RNG is in your favor and he's not tagged, but overall he's not the worst unit to use against this boss, and he's not the best unit to use against this boss. So I always say try different lineups. I'm gonna show you all the lineups that we have now, and now with the free-to-play players are getting Akuma to that triple S. Probably a week ago or 2 weeks, maybe a month ago, people started as free-to-play to get Akuma to triple S, and as we see here, Tix got his Akuma as a triple S, and he quickly put him and utilized him in Crusade, and as you see, maximum numbers with his plus 30 and his 6 cars. Now this is one of the lineup that we can call now free-to-play, as Tix is the top free-to-play player in the entire community in Street Fighter Duel across all platforms. So the rotation here, and as you see, he's using damage and heal as EX moves, and the rotation goes with the first one. He starts with Akuma, then he goes Street Poison and Chun-Li or Viper, then Chun-Li. And Chun-Li and Viper are used here. As you see, Viper is not dealing damage. He doesn't use her as damage. He uses her for her 6 out of 6 and plus 30, because she gives the shield energy to your lineup, to Akuma, Chun-Li, and they deal the most of the damage because they get the buffs. And you have the buffs from Chun-Li with the crit rate and crit damage, and you get the buffs from Street Poison for the attack and crit rate and crit damage as well, and a little bit of pressure. So as you see here, he starts with Akuma, then Street Poison on his first rotation, and he uses Viper or Chun-Li in the end for the C2 and C3, and then on the next rotation or on the third rotation he starts with Akuma, then Street Poison, then Akuma, then Chun-Li, and Viper is there just for taking hits and giving the armor shield. Why do we do that with Akuma? It's because we want his conquer stacks to stay up, and on 6 out of 6 cars, when you start with his combo and end with his C2 on the first rotation, you lose the stacks of conquer, and you need to have them all up with the extreme stacks. So when you have 3 extreme stacks and you have 3 conquer stacks and you start your rotation, you will never lose the conquer stack nor the extreme stack. You'll have uptime of 100% through the entire fight. And the other team that everybody is using, and one of the team that I recommend for everyone, especially for people who built Viper to the soul power to plus 30 or plus 60, because she gains a lot of stats and she deals a lot of damage, massive damage right now. And if you have Chun-Li for plus 30 and you have her at 6 cars, that's amazing. Also with F.Blanka, 6 cars plus 30, you'll get all the buffs. So here you get the wildfire from him, you get the buffs from Street Poison, and you get the buffs of crits from Chun-Li, plus the buffs from the shield energy from Viper. All over, the team is all buffed, and you go and deal massive damage to the enemy. And as you see, Virgil EX is utilized to cheat death, and you can continue a little bit of heal after the cheat death or before it, as you think that the battle goes in your favor. And we have the crit damage and the damage bonus for the attack from the Raging Eye. For me specifically, you know me, I'm a big fan of Cammy, and I utilize her. Yeah, you see, as Akuma is dealing 78 million, Viper 67 million, and Cammy 80 million. Cammy went up to 89 million with me, but I flopped on the run. She deals massive damages. As a single target, she's the most free-to-play single target damage dealer that can ramp up damage really quick and really fast, depending on the armor break that she inflicts to the enemy. Plus, I don't have the skill tree very well built. I think I will put some points on it and try it later. but I'm using E.Ryu. My E.Ryu works. My E.Ryu is at A+. At A rank, A+, S, whatever you have him as free to play, you can use E.Ryu. He will give you that buff, but the difference between E.Ryu maxed or E.Ryu built or a mercenary and the normal E.Ryu at A+ or A rank, that my E.Ryu deals 3 million damage to 4 or 5 maximum million damage, and I need a little bit of damage to put me on the shards, so I use this one, and it gives 29 to 30 million, which is amazing. I'm using Viper. You see, I didn't put soul damage into her, still working fine, still dealing damage. 6.5 million damage is amazing, and the armor energy goes to Cammy, goes to E.Ryu, to her, and I deal more damage with her. So why I'm using E.Ryu? E.Ryu deplete the energy bar of the enemy boss, and this is what I want to do because I want to delay the super that they inflict on me, and I continue and ramp up more damage. I'm using Virgil EX to cheat death. I'm using the Tanuki to buff, and I should have changed the Tanuki and put the Raging one because it's better. It gives me crit and it gives me damage. And I have this for sustain and heal, the Crazy Potato, and I will show you. Honorable mention, a team that is working on all bosses and still working for this boss is the Flame Chun-Li team. So Flame Chun-Li, Viper, and F.Blanka. And how you deal with this, and Chun-Li here for crits, so buff, everything buffs and everything deals damage. They didn't play S.Poison, which is absolutely a great team. You can replace Chun-Li with S.Poison, and S.Poison will give you that much of damage with the buffs that she helps with. So we're gonna check how Tix did his run. And as you see, we start collecting this energy combo meter and waiting for Seer to attack somebody with the eye, with the charm. And for him, she charmed his Akuma, and after that he starts his battle. Before, here we go, Akuma, then S.Poison, Viper, Chun-Li, then Akuma again before she charms him, S.Poison, Viper, then Chun-Li, then Akuma again, and now Akuma will start S.Poison, Akuma, then Chun-Li, and Viper will sit back there just for them to give them the energy shield. If he had time, if he didn't wipe, if his team didn't die, he will deal even more damage. As you see, the shields from Viper gives Akuma this maximum damage that he needs, and Chun-Li, ultimately, you never run of combo meter. She tags Akuma again, Akuma goes with his C1 and his C2, with his super and C2, and Chun-Li with her C3. Amazing team, and now she's gonna kill someone, I guess. Kill everyone, actually. And this is how the fight went. Perfect run, very perfect run. I like what he did. And here, the Viper rotation. I will not show it, but it's the same rotation that you know always. Viper starts, S.Poison, then F.Blanka, then Chun-Li, all over the battle. Or they do in the end, or some rotations, if somebody dies, they go Viper, S.Poison, and C2 of whoever's still alive, and then Viper. I will show you my run and how I did it with Cammy. So what I do is want 5 stacks of Satsui no Iki on E.Ryu. So whatever I do, I start with E.Ryu always. And if she tags E.Ryu, that's even better for me. But I think she tags somebody else. Let's check. Yep, she tags Viper. So I start with E.Ryu, S.Poison, Viper, then Cammy. I wait a little bit, then I start with Cammy, S.Poison, and Viper by the end. And then I go with Cammy. Everybody is alive by the skin of the teeth. E.Ryu hit the boss, the energy goes to 0. I start with Cammy, S.Poison, Viper, then Cammy, and E.Ryu continue his attacks. And I will show you how I use EX move of Virgil to keep them alive. And then I use the Crazy Potato for them. Here you go, EX, and they take the damage, nobody dies, I continue. I start with Viper again. E.Ryu just depleted the bar of the boss. It's bugged, it shows full, but it's bugged. Nobody got there. I continue with Cammy, S.Poison, Viper, then Cammy again. And then the boss here decides to tag E.Ryu, and he died. And that was it for the fight. And this is how you keep yourself in the top 10 probably top 20. It's the place that you want to go with. Very, very nice. That was it for the video. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. If you didn't, I thank you for watching, and as always, stay frosty. Peace.
Time to fly, time to fly.